Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt. Welcome to the Sin Bin. Here making another video, and this one may be my biggest video yet. It's definitely the biggest game of the season upcoming. And let me just preface it by saying there are many questions in this universe that do not have an answer. There are many mysteries that go unsolved. Who shot JFK? We don't know. We'll never know. Where is the Ark of the Covenant located? We don't know. We'll never know. Why do I keep ordering guacamole on my Subway sandwiches, even though the taste gets drowned out by all of the barbecue sauce that I put? We don't know. We'll never know. Why is it I've been having diarrhea every day for the past month? We don't know. Well, scratch that. I actually know. It might be all the guacamole I eat. My point is, there are many mysteries in this universe. One of those mysteries being who will win Game 7. The Boston Bruins or the St. Louis Blues. And thankfully, I am the one who's ready to tackle this question. I think I have an answer. And based on my expertise, I am willing to share that answer with you. But let's break down what each team needs to do in order to win. First off, St. Louis, stay out of the box. The penalty box has not been friendly to St. Louis. Why? Easy. Because Boston has a deadly penalty. You do not want to give up a penalty to Boston. So, St. Louis has to play on razor's edge. And what I mean by that is that St. Louis plays their best hockey when they're on the edge of taking a penalty, but not quite taking a penalty. They have to keep up their level of physicality, but not go overboard and take a boarding penalty, such as what Shen did in the last game on Joachim Nordstrom. That's number one. 2, and this is a biggie, goaltending. Now, what's his face? Jordan Bennington? I like him, but to be honest, he had a very poor Game 6. That was the biggest game of his career so far, and it was a dud. He laid a big old Kinder Surprise egg. And there wasn't no surprise. It was a shit. Because that was not a good performance. Jordan Bennington has to bounce back. And I know that's an obvious saying. Everyone and their mother knew that. But the question is, will he bounce back? I think so. And if his team doesn't get the win, I am confident in the very least that Jordan Bennington will play a good game, because if you look at his record coming back from a loss, Jordan Bennington does very good. The games coming back from a loss, he's something like 13-2 or 14-3 or something in that vicinity. So he is very good when coming back from a loss. Tarasenko wasn't very good last game. And granted, a lot of the St. Louis Blues were not good last game. He needs to be better. Schwartz needs to be better. The defense needs to be more physical. Pretty much, it sucks because I thought the Blues played a decent game until they got scored on twice. And then you kind of sense that they gave up. The thing about St. Louis is that similarly to Jordan Bennington, the whole team are pretty good coming back from a loss. That blowout loss that they suffered, I think, Game 3. I mean, they knew they weren't going to win. So, you know what? They said on the bench, hey guys, this is a wash. Let's come back next game. Let's tear some ass out there. And that's exactly what they did. They came back and they won it. So, I am confident in the Blues' ability to come back and win the Stanley Cup. However, they have a foe in front of them, and that is the Boston Bruins. So let's talk a little about the Bees, the big bad Bruins. First things first, and I know you guys are calling me Captain Obvious, but top line needs to be the top line. I brought up a good point. If I didn't say it in my video, then I said it to my friend at a bar. I said, all season long, people were discussing who's better, the Avalanche top line or the Bruins top line. Those were the two we were talking about. And then in the playoffs, it wasn't even a question. The Bruins top line did not play well. They had some good games, especially in the Toronto series, but if you look at them in the St. Louis series, they haven't been playing the best hockey. Now, if you guys recount last game, Brad Marchand scored. And I said, watch out. This is good news for Boston fans because Marchand got a goal and now he's going to wake the fuck up. And he went back to being a little pest. And that's when he plays the best hockey, when he's being a pest. So if Marchand wakes up, that's bad news for the Blues. That's great news if you're a Boston fan. And I think that will translate into the next game. And I think you will see a much more dominant, a much more punchable Brad Marchand. I know he hasn't been playing his best, but he wants to win. He's the type of player, he'll do anything to win. Whether it be licking a guy's face, licking a guy's ass, he will do whatever it takes to win. And it's game 7. He can just smell the cup. And I know with a nose like that, there's not many things that he can't smell, but he can just taste the cup right now. You got to think Brad Marchand is going to have a big game. Same for Pastrnak. Scored a beauty goal last game. I guess it was yesterday. Scored a beauty goal. The one big question mark is Patrice Bergeron. Bergeron seems to me like he's getting, or he got injured. I don't know how. I don't know if it's true. This is just me speculating. This is just me looking at his level of play and thinking, this isn't the real Patrice. The real Patrice doesn't play like this. Now, an injured Patrice Bergeron is still better than 99.9% of the players out there. So he's not that big a concern for me because even if he's, not producing big numbers, he'll always provide good defensive play. Next up, Zdeno Chara, the 6'9" giraffe with a fishbowl on his head. Can Chara play well after a deceiving Game 5? Well, if you guys didn't hear my Game 5 review, I thought Chara was abysmal. He was getting hit left and right. He was getting knocked over. I don't know if the helmet he was wearing is impairing his vision, but you could tell he was injured. And I said at the time, maybe the Bruins could have benefited of scratching him and playing another player. That being said, Game 6, he was the, old-fashioned Zdeno Chara of old time. He was ramming Max Pacioretty's necks into the stanchion. Just kidding, Max Pacioretty doesn't play on the Blues. But Zdeno Chara was great. Zdeno Chara was his stay-at-home, penalty-killing, physical, anything you want from Zdeno Chara. The important thing is that I know he's old. I know he doesn't have a lot in the tank. But he just has to press on the gas and give anything he got because this is the last game of the season. This is what matters the most. I cannot wait for this game, guys. This game, can you imagine if it goes to overtime? Please. If it goes to overtime, I don't think my heart will be able to handle the stress. And I don't think my underwear will be able to handle all the ball sweat I'm going to produce. My balls sweat on a normal day. Imagine when I'm stressed. And there goes the lady audience. So, how much time I've been going? Does not say, but I think I went through everything. I think I went through over the major points. that being said, the moment you've all been waiting for. Who do I think will win the Stanley Cup? I pick St. Louis, guys. I don't know. Blind guess. This is a 50-50 shot. Bob McKenzie made a poll. He made a poll on TSN. I think 23,000 people replied to it, or some intense numbers. I don't remember exactly, but what I do remember is that the final percentage was 50-50. 50% thought Boston was going to win. 50% thought St. Louis was going to win. And I call it whoever gets the first goal is going to win the game. That first goal, that famous first goal, it's ever so important. We'll see what will happen. Either way, I'm going to be here sitting in my underwears, streaming a live review and celebration for whoever team wins the cup. If it's the Blues, let's celebrate the Blues. If it's Boston, let's celebrate Boston. I'm the best hockey channel out there. You're definitely going to want to subscribe. There's going to be so much content coming up. So please like, please share with all your friends, share with their friends, share with their friends, and share with their mothers. I'm into MILFs. And make sure to subscribe to this channel. My name is Matt, signing off.